So first speaker is Dr. R.C. Lamichahne, Executive Director from ACORAB, Association of Community Radio Broadcasters from Nepal. As you may all know, Nepal was struck by a devastating earthquake last April. Dr. R.C. will share with us what role the community radio can play in the critical situation and what it can do to support them. R.C., over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Beniko. So, I would like to extend my greetings, namaste, from Nepal. So, I would like to thank you all for, especially thanks to TRT and ABU for inviting us and giving us this special forum for us to share our experience and our feelings. So, thank you, Beniko and Javed and all ABU team and TRT for this excellent arrangement. It was 25th of April, around 11:55. I was in the home, that was the Saturday, and Saturday we had public holiday. I was sitting in the room and working in laptop, and I felt some uncomfortable. I felt some sacking, and I looked around and I didn't see anything, but it was going so sacking, and the TV, my television fell down and my son was in another room and he shouted, "Dad, it's an earthquake." And I said, I felt something. And it was going so sacking, and I said, come out. And he said, he came to the door, and I also go up to the door, and I see there's some glasses broken in the kitchen, and my son was standing in front of, down the door. Generally, that is teaching in Nepal, when you have earthquake, don't move, don't go outside, and just stand in front of some wooden framework or something like that. And he was standing in his door, I was standing in my door. We are just trying to go out, but we couldn't do because the sacking was so much. The 3-story concrete building is sacking, and that was the moment I was completely hopeless, and my sweetheart, my baby was there, and I couldn't do anything for him. Completely helpless. We had wished with the God, oh God, save us, save us, save us. That gone about 55 seconds, and it stopped, and we ran out, and just that time my wife was traveling to the hill district, Manang district. Manang is the only district we don't have community radio. We have community radio in 74 districts. Nepal has 75 districts, and the only district, Manang, is don't have community radio. My wife worked there, and I got a telephone call from her. Did you experience something? We felt big sacking, big stone coming from hill to downside. We are safe. How about you? And I said, we experienced huge earthquake here. And we were in the yard, and people were coming outside from the houses, and there were 150, 200 people were in front of yard, and all were running fast. We can see the dust flying, and we experienced huge devastation there. And I tried to call everywhere. The telephone is so busy, or it was almost network was not working. We couldn't contact outside. Fortunately, we can contact, but it's very difficult. That was only 55 seconds, and that leaves huge pain, tragedy, forever. And the city was like that. You see big buildings were collapsed. Whole of Kathmandu, we have 2 million population in the Kathmandu. No single people inside the houses. All the people come outside the houses, and that has given such a the situation of them. Out of 75 districts, 14 districts were badly affected by this earthquake. And the result was that 55 seconds time gave us 10,000 deaths, more than 20,000 injured, complete collapse of the information system, affected 62 community radio. We have 264 community radio. We have total 600 community FM in Nepal. Rest are private. And left forever psychological fear. That 55 seconds. So the poor country has gone years and years back, which were trying to go for the economic development, but that gave us huge shock. And the government of Nepal has done like post-disaster assessment, billions lost, and about 500,000 losses on communication sector. So then, what we do is, since we are the huge largest national network and our members are looking onto us for the support, and we try to contact there, and I contacted some of the radio people. They lost their houses. Some of the radio members, they lost their family members. And then we had a strategy, the like grassroots level communication system was collapsed. Radio Nepal started to live broadcasting for the 24 hours. Radio Nepal broadcast all the masses through the medium wave and shortwave band. They do not have enough FM stations. And we collaborate with the Radio Nepal, and we replay all the communication through our channel. So, because every household is like has 95% population of the Nepal has access over the community FM, and we started to relay Radio Nepal program through our channel, and it works so that we could able to provide the information at the grassroots level. We did that, but the problem was that 62 community radio were also collapsed. They were not in operation during that period, and we had an emergency meeting. We have our own theory of change, and we had an emergency meeting with the radio working groups, and we had taken a strategy. At least one radio in one district should be in operation. Then we requested other organization, we requested like donor agency, government organization, and could able to collect some equipments and send it to the community radio in the district level. Then we have gone through the meeting with the coordination and cooperation and immediate support for smoothly operation for broadcasting. Then we supported some equipment and capacity development program also, how to communicate with in disaster situations, how to like deliver the message in the disaster situation, and we started to build up the capacity of the radio people. So that process took around 2 days. Right, next day after the earthquake, we did need the assessment. Our 5 team deployed in the 14 districts and collected all the losses. And the other day we could able to organize the coordination meeting, and the third day we could able to deliver some support from the contingency from different organizations. Then the situation became normal, and now we are working to support the strategy for disaster preparedness plan for the community radio. And we supported, like there was the power cut in the like completely the electric system was collapsed. Then we supported generator and some equipments like transmitter or some mobile radio or something like that. And the important thing is that we are broadcasting the message from the radio, but listeners do not have the radio set. They lost their radio set with their houses. Then we collected some funds from our staff, and we requested other people and able to collect some money and purchase radio and distribute it to the radio to the community people. So then we also started the documentary, because all the people come to the tent. They do not have their houses. They are coming in the tent and they are having a kind of new life. So they need lots of information how to cope with the disaster, how to cope with the new situation. Then we started a radio program called Lifeline program.
स्वागत छ यो रेडियो कार्यक्रम जीवन रक्षा म उमा पौडेल मात्र खुवाउनु पर्छ भनिएको हुनाले नै
This is the program we started called Lifeline after life saving after the earthquake. And this program is heavily accepted by the local audiences, like by the people, because this is the only source of information how to cope in the disaster. After the disaster, what should be the post-disaster behavior should have to be adopted by the people. So the beauty of radio is that when you work, you can listen the radio. When you walk, you can listen the radio. You don't need to waste any time to listen the information. So it has given multiple impact onto the people, and this program is becoming very much popular.
जिल्लामा चाहिँ सबैभन्दा बढ्ता पहिरोले जोखिम बनेको दोलखा, दोस्रो सिन्धुपाल्चोक, तेस्रोमा चाहिँ यो गोर्खा र युवाकोट तेस्रो चौथोमा परेका छन्।
राज्यले दिने सेवा सुविधाको जानकारी
Please go on the presentation. And after that, we very luckily we got support from the many organizations, and thanks to Javed and ABU team. ABU supported us for the emergency communication working together. Natalia visited Nepal and conducted training. Around 35 community radio got benefited with that training, and we had regular sharing meeting with the different stakeholders. We are conducted different kind of how to protect the child rights and so many programs, and that has given a very good impact also. So see, when the community radio is collapsed, the radio people come to the ad and started to air from the open sky. Even that time we did not have tent. Can you imagine? We did not have tent in the hilly area, and all the people they sat in the open sky and started to broadcasting. The former Prime Minister Dr. Bauram, he was interviewed in the classic set, and we have radio. We have our senior vice president here, and he took his interview. Can you stand up? Yeah, this man. He took interview with the ex-Prime Minister. He is ex-Prime Minister Dr. Bauram Bhatai. He visited community radio and he took the interview. So that was only one of the ambassadors visited radio, agriculture radio, and collect the information. And a former defense minister and future president, she is going to be a president tomorrow, Nepal. She was a defense minister. She visited radio and gave interview. It's all from the tent. UNICEF supported some tent through us, and the people directly reporting from the flood affected area. After that, we had flood in this monsoon. So thank you very much.
Time, I will take your comments or questions after the presentation by our speakers. So.